Jody Jackson's Gems for a couple of minutes, brought to you by Edie Marshall. We appreciate Edie Marshall Jewelers and their support. Jody joins us every Monday. Before I get over into Detroit, Marvin Harrison Jr. raving is, I don't know. I can go beyond raving. I saw Anquan Bolden. I saw Larry Fitzgerald, rookie years, obviously, for both Q and Larry. Yesterday, Sunday, was special to see what he was all about.
It really was, and you're right, when you mention those names, what does it mean? It means great players, elite players, players that, were not always open and still caught the ball, players that had terrific, runs after the catches, players that wouldn't go down, and it means that the team was winning. I mean, let's face it, there were 2 spurts of that for Larry, there was 1 for Anquan. We saw it in '08,
Mm.
we saw it in, those Carson Palmer years, and so as great as the individual effort is, it's, can Marvin Harrison Jr. be the type of player that can lift this team up in their most crucial moments? Now, on Sunday, we saw it in the first quarter. He got everything done that he really needed to. It was much different than the week before, where everyone was questioning why didn't Kyler throw it to him in the fourth quarter. What we're going to learn, though, is what is fourth quarter Marv like? What is that connection between Kyler and Marv like? So, but it's just the beginning. And I think when you saw Paris Johnson Jr. lift him up doing the celebration that they had for so many years at Ohio State, and it was a big day for that young man, Marvin Harrison. I'm happy for him too, just charting his own path, because it's part of the story, right? And as media, we tell the story, who his father is. But now let's just talk about, Marvin Harrison Jr. as his own player, his own man, and you like what you see from him. Especially, he was lamenting the 4 incompletions that Kyler had were all to him, and he was not too happy about that. So you could see already that he is kind of a perfectionist.
Detroit comes in this week. What are you expecting from the Lions on Sunday?
Well, like I said, the Lions are a very physical team. Now, what we saw Sunday from them was Jared Goff making some costly mistakes. So I think that, that's one thing this defense can look at, is say, how do we continue that trend for Jared Goff? I think, again, though, their running game is scary at times. You don't want to let them get going, let them get momentum going downhill on you, because they will absolutely pound the football. And then defensively, I think they're a very sound team, and we know Dan Campbell, what he's done for that franchise, and mentality and the physical nature of the game. I think it's going to be a really physical game. I always laugh when people say that, because, football is a physical game.
Right, right.
But I feel like it's a lot of those matchups, like when, the and for many years in this division, it was the Rams were like that, and the Niners. And I think that, Detroit is going to bring that type of football, and it's going to be, okay, can you match that? Can you, and for Kyler Murray, a lot of it is going to be, once again, can he make those good decisions in key moments? Can they keep a lot of the pressure off of him?
Mhm.
And can James Conner establish himself in this game? Because, we talked so much about the explosive pass game, but James Conner did a great job on Sunday, and I just expect that from him now, really, what he can do. And it's not just James Conner, it's Trey Benson. Amari DeMarcado ripped off a long run as well. And so everything was working for the Cardinals on Sunday. I just think Detroit is going to pose some different problems. And, I'm going to be interested to see what they can do against the Lions secondary. But again, this is the perfect game to come off of, because I saw Kyler playing with a lot more confidence.
Yeah.
And that fuels the decisions. It fuels his ability to run. It really just makes everything easier.
Jody Jackson's Gems, brought to you by Edie Marshall Jewelers. She joins us every week. We appreciate you. Safe travels. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, Brad. We'll see you then.